Opened in 2020 and immediately one of the main attractions here on the Las Vegas Strip. Welcome, everyone, to Allegiant Stadium. Coming up, we're keeping things in the AFC for an intra-conference contest between the Denver Broncos and the Las Vegas Raiders. Both teams riding 2-0 starts here. One will get the turkey and move to 3-0 as week 3 gets underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game.
Ready.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Come on. Set. Gotta be lying.
The shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Drops by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
60 by 60.
He'll work against the blitz. Catch made left side by Judy. So a solid gain there, Brock, but still 3rd down and short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
It's a gain of 9.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
60 Maverick. Cap 60.
From the gun on 3rd down. He finds Worthy, complete. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. This play goes for 36. And it's going to be 1st down, Denver.
36 yards.
I have loved this opening script. Aggressive, taking your shots. You know, the numbers tell you get an explosive play on a drive. In the NFL today, you're typically going to score. With that shut down the field, well, they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
At the 20-yard line.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
7 Pirates. Let's go. Hawk 70. Hawk 60 Bobcat.
He'll look to throw. Goes it at the 7. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
17 yards.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
They'll try and punch it in. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
After the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 5.
Bronco 80. 70 Rangers.
Back now, pressure coming. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Now they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
This opening drive has reached the 5. Can they find 6 now on 3rd and goal?
Mustang Knights. Panther 60.
Back to throw now. Escapes the... And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos finish up an excellent opening series. It is Tyler Luke now on for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Broncos will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Raiders nothing.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Milton. He puts some juice on a deep throw. Brought in inside the 20. And it'll be 1st and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball.
And he brings it in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders finish off their opening drive. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the...
And the kick is no good. An early point after left on the table. Maybe later in this game, it's going to be a moment we look back on. Wasn't accurate on the extra point, but he should be able to keep this between the sidelines, hopefully, as he sends this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10.
70 Lions, 60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he's going to be out of bounds after it looks like about a yard there. 2nd down coming up.
At the 36-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Big strike downfield to Judy. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Come on. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Street.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. He picks up 5 on that 1st down run, brings up 2nd down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
And they're going to throw out of the gun. Hits his running back. And he's tackled to get the 1st down yardage.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Throwing now on 1st down. Setting up the screen. And this winds up a short gain to the 29. There's Darian Porter in on the stop.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's another Broncos 1st down. A gain of 7.
It's the end of the 1st in this AFC West showdown. 7-6 is our score. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive.
Bronco 80. Go.
Toss now to the short side. And he may have just reached the edge of the red zone before going down. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
And they're going to score a touchdown, Denver. The Broncos grow the lead to 7. Here's Luke for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Broncos grow their lead to 8.
Broncos 14, Raiders 6. Rigoberto
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Nicole Hardman now on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. Play fake. It's Milton. Down the field. He's got Wilson. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him.
It's a gain of 18. And the Raiders first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
79 Broncos. Ready.
Here's Milton, 1st and 10. He's going deep this time. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Incomplete.
Not a bad first look for him in the contest, this contest. And I love them taking a shot, Kate. It's a shame, though, because this defense will tip your cap. They played that ball better than he could.
Here we go. Here we go.
Milton going to throw again here, 2nd and 10. Finds his running back. This is Bashal Tutu. And this one does not go far.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
7 Pirates. 60, 18 Rattler, 18 Rep, 19 Lion.
They'll throw 3rd and long. He's trying to push the field. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Tendencies tend to show themselves, Kate, and really come to life on 3rd downs. Right, they want to go to their best receiver. Defense knows it. They know that tendency. They double it, and they make the play.
Las Vegas sends out the punt team. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. Brings it in at the 12. And he gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10.
Come on, come on.
Blown back, it's the handoff. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also puts the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you can put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
And he's going to be escorted out right along that 35-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Broncos 1st down.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mopped up, too.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice game, and sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
Offense to the line for second down. This time it's a passing play. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Jerry Jeudy, the intended receiver. So now it's going to be third and long.
He was defended by Lewis Sean.
Mustang 19. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Third and long for him here. To the right, he's got Teslam. And he's close, but they say he did not get there. It's going to be fourth and maybe a yard.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Bronco 80. Ready.
They're going for this. He connects downfield. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today. Because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Ready. 19, charge.
He'll call his own number. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Raiders' 47-yard line.
Here we go. Panther 60, Panther 60.
We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's... first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Here we go, set. Cougar 19.
He's going to throw this one. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And then pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. And let that pass rush get home.
Raiders with an extra DB out there. 3rd down. Here he goes. 3rd and long. And the defender's there to knock this away. And that effort means it's 4th down.
What I love about that play, everybody can see the pass breakup, the knock away. You can see the results. What you don't see are the fundamentals. The corner's job of mirroring that route, being stride for stride, and then having the great anticipation and timing to knock it away.
Now he starts from the 6. And he gets him what he can, but still pretty deep in their own territory starting out.
At their own 13-yard line.
Got it. Ready?
The Las Vegas offense is set. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. On the move, headed right. He can run it. And they're going to catch him right as he gets this to the 30. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway. Ugh.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick, come on.
Shotgun snap here to Milton. It's everything he has under this one. And the downfield call is going to go unanswered. Defender saw to that. That incompletion means it's second down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. So that delay backs him up 5. Now 2nd and 15 to go. Out of the gun, it's Milton. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Really had to find a way to get that short completion, because now you're staring at 3rd and extra long, and that's a place no QB in this league wants to be.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
Get it! 60 Eagles! 60 Eagles!
To throw, Milton. Buys time, rolling right. This line is going to run for it. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
He's brought down.
That's such a bummer, Kate, for a quarterback. If you have to scramble and take off, you'd really like to find a way to move the chains. He could not. That defense rallied, they responded, and they forced a 4th down.
Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. Takes it in at the 21. Breaks the tackle. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return.
At their own 26-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Low back in the backfield, and they give it to him. A lot of space ahead. The 40. Into the red zone. All the way. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos grow their lead just before halftime.
Kate, right there's the danger of dime coverage. Bunch of little guys on the field that love to cover, but may not tackle so well, and opens up a run lane that he took huge advantage of.
Luke tacks on the extra point. And the Broncos lead by 15 now.
Broncos 21, Raiders 6. Rigoberto Sanchez set to kick off.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Hardman with a return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive.
Let's go now. 60. Let's drag him. 60. Ready.
Milton now. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Ball still on that 29-yard line as they come up to it. 2nd and 10.
Warrior 70. Cowboy.
Here's Milton. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Defense's first sack of the game, kid. We can now see some of the negatives, the trade-offs of his great running ability. When he tries to create, well, he can find himself going backwards, and in this case, for a really big loss.
Ready.
This is a tough spot to be in. It's 3rd and very long.
Here we go. Set. Get up.
The final throw before the break. He's got some air with this one deep down the middle. They connect on the deep shot. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield.
Rigoberto Sanchez set to kick off.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Hardman with a return. Making some progress here. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40.
We don't always know what's said there at halftime, Kate, in the locker room. Some of the adjustments offensively and defensively, but I can assure you the special teams coach pulled his kick return team aside and said, listen, we have a chance here down double digits to spark this game. Let's go out and get a great return to set the offense up for success. And that's exactly what they did.
Ready, set.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. Panther 60. Panther 60.
Tootin gets it from the gun. This drive's going to start after the gain 5 before they bring him down.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4.
19
Throwing now, Milton. Into the hands of his running back, Tootin. And they'll get there and stop him at the line. Offense up to the line fast.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
70 Lions. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
3rd down from the gun. It's caught by Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
And the Raider first down. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Now Milton to throw. Lasers this one deep down the middle. Catch is made in close. And he's in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders cutting to the lead coming out of halftime.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket. But sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
Raiders leaving the offense out there. They want to add 2 more to that touchdown.
The Raiders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Buffalo 18, 79 Broncos. Ready.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he'll get in. The two-point try successful. Now they trail by 7.
Broncos 21, Raiders 14.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. On the return, here comes Justice Hill. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
On the return, the Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
All right, Denver getting everybody set, so they've got 1st and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. Completed to his running back. He's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And it's going to be 1st down, Denver.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Broncos.
Hot 70, hot 70.
Now looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Okay,
here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Hey, check that. 60 even, 60 even. Check smash.
Here's the one back on the handoff. And he gets a few on the punch forward.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Cowboy 80. Go.
Pass play coming here. Chased out to his right. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Pride connected with Xavier Worthy there. So that brings them to 3rd down.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Come on. 60.
To the air on 3rd and long. Big strike downfield to Judy. And this is going to get him into the red zone. He's at the 18-yard line.
26 yards.
That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
You know, they call the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
70 Lions. Cougar 19.
Some early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker.
70 Timberwolves.
1st down, play action. Intercepted in the end zone. And the Raiders will be set up at the 20-yard line following that interception.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. It's a handoff to Tootin, running right. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. That one nabs him 33 yards and a new set of downs, too.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course. But you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
So the big play gets him just beyond midfield. It's first down.
Let's go. Cougar 19. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready, right?
Back to throw. Here's Milton. Escapes the pocket. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
I'm not going to be surprised at all, Kate, if we see more of this. Just trying to find some answer, extend plays, be creative, try different things, because nothing really consistently has gone well for him today.
Another throw here on second down. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays and discussing them and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
Seven Pirates. Seven Pirates.
Milton now on third down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Dax Hill. And the Broncos will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Their first pick of the game comes at an awfully big moment. Really just cancels out all the great work your defense did to give you that ball.
Back to work after throwing the pick. Got a lock behind this one. Downfield it goes. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset. Back in the huddle. Here's first and goal.
First down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Running this one left. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Give him 7 on the play, and now they have second and goal.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Ball at the 2 here for second and goal.
Here we go. 60 by 6.
He gets it again. And he's going to lose yardage here. They bring him down at the 4. Looking quickly here.
A loss of 2 on the play. It's third down and goal to go.
From the gun on third down. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. That is Lewis Seams. And the Raiders will take over as this gets brought out to the 20-yard line. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now.
Yeah.
They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you can't.
He gets crushed behind the line, and the ball comes out. But I believe a Raider covered that one, so they'll luckily hang on to possession. Call it no gain on that run, and they face second and 10. So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's Raiders football, and they'll need to get to work. They're trailing here late. After a fortuitous recovery, this will be second down.
18 Rattler, 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Warrior, 70.
Milton back to throw. Short pass brought in. And they get him 5 yards as he gets this up to the 25. Offense in a hurry up here.
Gain of 5. Brings up third and 5.
70 Timberwolf. 19 tight, 19 tight. Go.
Shotgun now on third down. He's going deep. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And they could really use a good one here. And this will force them to start inside the 20. That punt heads out about the 15-yard line.
At their own 15-yard line.
Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10.
Go! Pat the 60, pat the 60. Reload.
Now running here with Jaden Blue. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Didn't lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Throwing from the gun. That's incomplete on 2nd down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
Ready, go.
They'll air it out on 3rd. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner. As he continues making risky decisions with the football. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And he's going to have to hit this one from the edge of his own end zone. That'll be the 1st and more. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield.
At their own 49-yard line.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Milton. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Finds a seam down the middle. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. He'll get 16 yards on that play. That's a Vegas 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
It's his running back. And that is a touchdown. The Raiders now trailed by just a point in the 4th. So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th.
21 apiece.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up to the 35 to begin this drive.
Ready.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. The running back gets it on the draw. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Dose of the hurry up here.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to throw.
36-yard line.
Cut out left. And they'll stop him here before he gets out to the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
A gain of 11 on the play.
Here we go.
First down, Broncos.
Cowboy 80. Ready, ready?
Option give here. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Get it. Panther 60. Panther 60.
He's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
Second down. Complete to Jerry Jeudy. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and less than a yard.
Here we go. Goal line formation coming out on 3rd and inches.
Here we go. Start. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
Up the middle, Blue. No gain on the play. Defense holds yet again, and now it's 4th and a yard.
No gain on the play.
And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. A little outside their comfort zone to try a field goal, so instead they're going for this on 4th down.
Cougar 19. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
Gave away a couple on the first down run. Now it's going to be 2nd and 12. Milton now. Here's a screen for Tootin. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. So rather than let the 2-minute warning hit, the defense burns the first of its timeouts.
3rd and 4.
All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning.
2. 18 Cardinals. 60 Eagles. 79 Broncos. 19 tight. 19 tight. Cup 19. Cup 19. Warriors. 70 Lions. Dragon 60.
Looking to throw. Completed over the middle. We got the football, Brock, but not the first. That stopped just shy of the marker. 4th down. So a big kick coming up for Brandon Aubrey. He better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go. It has enough leg, and it's good from deep. And late in the 4th, they had grabbed the lead.
That's called getting his job done, Kate, drilling it right through. And now they're in position to win this game. Now it's on some of those guys who are out there with them on the kick, those defenders, to hang on to this lead to give them the win.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard run.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10.
Cowboy 80.
Setting up to pass. That's incomplete left side. That was Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. And it sets up second down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Got it. Ready?
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10.
Ready? 19, Charge. 19, Lions. Ready, ready?
He'll look to throw it. Tails out of the pocket quick. And they got there in time. He's taken down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
We talk so much about decision-making, and often it's the decision of where to throw it. Right? Reading the defense, finding the right coverage to attack. But there's also great decision-making that comes with just getting rid of the football. Just avoiding sacks. They are so detrimental. And that one, man, he had a ton of yards.
Hits him on the out route. And that will not be enough for a 1st down. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock still running.
4th down.
Trap 60, trap 60. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Hot go. Ready?
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. He's able to hit Flowers. Caught. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
70,
And the Broncos 1st down. A gain of 16 yards.
79
1st down,
Broncos.
Denver.
Back to throw. Rolling left, buying some time. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts.
1st and 10.
And they're still going to have one left at their disposal.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Like Cougar 19. Cup 19. Cup 19. Ready, go. Go.
Here he is to throw. Sends this to the end zone. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So it'll be 2nd down.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
Ready. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Again to throw on 2nd. Dumped off to his running back. They're backed up. Not the stop they could afford, Brock, as this one loses yards. Here he is to throw. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. That is Lewis Seam. And the Raiders make the play that should win them this game.
On Mitt, man, I got to admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
Here we go. Here we
Into
go.
the victory formation they go, Brock, here on 1st down.
Ready, ready.
Line up the design keeper. So put this in the win column for the Raiders. Man, they were facing a top 5 defense this week, Brock, but they made them look anything but. What a great performance to get this win.
Yeah, you could come in, Kate, with this awe and mystique of, gosh, we're facing one of the best defenses in the league, but as soon as you get those first points, you realize, you know what? They're mortal just like the rest of us, and they took the fight right to them.
So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders winners as we bid you farewell from Las Vegas.